Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to show you how I made this, I would call like a stamp sheet, where you could put this into a journal. You could rip them apart and put singular ones. You could rip it in half and put a cluster kind of deal. So I have used my stamp cutter, and I'm going to show you how I did that for these. But if you don't have the stamp cutter, I got it on Temu. If you've got one of these serrated blades, this will work. You'll be able to, make some lines in there. If you don't have something like that, you could probably use, if you get any stamps with stitches on there, or even just draw lines on there, just to make divisions. So what I did is I took a card. Now for this one, it has one side, but I'm going to use the white side. It's pretty thin because I need to fold it. I don't remember if I used a watercolor with this or what, but it's a different size than this. And I had some watercolor sheets in here that, again, was a different size. So, not sure where I got it. I made it a couple weeks ago. But we're just going to go with this. I am going to use my watercolor pencils to create the coloring in here instead of getting out my palettes, because I just want to choose, I'm going to make a fall one. So I'm going to use some reds and oranges and yellows. So I just needed the one palette. This one was more springy colors. I would call it the greens and the blues for that. And put that away, don't need that. Yeah, so what you need is a rectangle. Now this is 6.5 by 4.5. Yeah, 6.5 by 4.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the folds for it. And you do need to, if you have that stamper guide, you do need to burnish it down to make it fit in there. Now, if you're just going to be doing this with stamps or like a rotary thing, you could probably measure it out instead of folding it for it, but yeah, it works like that. So we're going to make that in half, and then we're going to fold this to the center to give another half. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but close is good. And then we're going to fold this side in. Now, the pink, this is random. These stamps would get glued down to something, so it just happened to be one that I found that had white on the back. Could use two-sided white. Like this was two-sided white to begin with. All right, and then we're going to fold it in half the opposite direction. Now, you keep folding to make whatever sizes you want to do stamps with. So, if you wanted stamps that are all big like this, you can stop at this point. But for this, I made tall stamps and then half stamps. So I'm going to take the one side and fold that in to the center. Oops, not folded straight. Okay, so there we go. That is the holes. Now, if you wanted to, like this, have them all the same direction, you could do it this way up and have these long, or if you wanted these skinny ones tall and have these wider, just how you put stuff on there, that'll work. All right, so for the stamps, I'm just going to start with the center, and I'm just going to work my way out. I've shown this before. It's really easy to use, but if you don't have it, you're going to have to figure out a way to make your little lines in there. But I love this little machine for sure. And we're going to go the other side. So, I don't think I'm going to bore you with cutting this whole thing, because that. But yeah, so this one is done going this way. So now I'm going to just, every single time there is a fold, I'm going to go ahead and cut each one of those. I want to show you the first one before I do it off camera. Oops. Well, it seems like I double cut that. So yeah, all the folds. So next one I might do be like this one, or if I do this one, and it got that extra weird fold because there's little notches, probably almost impossible to see. There's little notches on the side. I got to make sure I put them in the little notches, so they get an even cut all the way across. Because if you don't put it in the notches, that's what happens when you get that. All right, so I've got them completely cut out. Put this away. And I'm going to get my colors out. Now, the way I did this was I used a flat square brush and just try to leave a border on there so that the background was not the whole thing. I guess I could just go here. I guess it's messy on all sides. All right. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with spiced marmalade. And for these, I do have a little plastic thing. For the crayons, you just have to go like that and give yourself a little bit of a palette. I'll probably do more than one, so that's why I decided to keep them like that. So we're just going to do our best to keep it inside and make a square as a background. Now this is similar to the pieces that I made for those sheets I made where I made all the squares, but for this, okay, I think that's good for now. I'll keep this up so I know which colors I did. All right, so let's do a yellow, and I think I want mustard seed. So we're just going to do the same thing. Wet the tip. I don't know if you can even see it. I just wet the tip. Spread some on this plastic. And we'll go from there. Now this is, since this is not watercolor paper, it is definitely, oops, that went too far. It is definitely absorbing with more of a line thing and then kind of blending, which is fine. But it just gives a little different look. If I had the watercolor paper, it would probably be a little smoother looking. But I do not mind. Okay. Now let's use a red. So crackling campfire, I think will be fun. Make sure I get my water out of there, and let's do that one. Yeah, this is an orangish red for sure. All right, let's do one up here. Definitely adds a little bit of texture to the, oops, went a little high on that too. Kind of hard to do so far away from me, so make sure it's under the camera. I think I'm gonna do one more of that over here. A little bit lighter, but beautiful. Okay, so I got one more color that I can get in there, and let's make it wild honey. Let's do that. Kind of more of a brownish color, I would call it. A bit on the orange side, but still definitely on the fall side. Okay. Almost leaves like a plaid look, doesn't it? All right, let's. Now, if I wanted the lines go in different directions, I probably could have turned the paper around, done that, but I think it's okay. Yeah, nice and simple background. I love it. All right, I'm gonna take a minute and I'm gonna clean this up. Okay, I am back and this is dry. So for the first one I didn't really do anything more to the backgrounds, and after I did it I felt like I should have added a little bit of something to the backgrounds besides the stamp. So I have pulled together tiny words, I got lines and dots, and I do have the swoosh mark for cancellations. And I was thinking that I use my ground espresso just to do a little bit, and I probably should get a stamp pad. Maybe. And of course I put that paper away. But I don't know if I'm going to go off of it or not. Not sure if there's a right way or a wrong way. All right, I don't want the stamp pad because I don't want it to be that. I don't want that much. Just a little bit. A little bit here and there, just to give a little bit of texture to it. All right, so I got that, and I got these lines. These lines might be okay. I also have my dots. Can add a few of those. All right, other side. Got some lines. And a lot of this might get covered up with the items that I put on there, but okay, I think that'll be good. It just adds a little bit of depth to it. Okay, so I have pulled together, I do have some flowers here that I thought would be fun to put on these, and red would good look on yellow. That might look good there. I want not opposite colors, but contrasting colors. Yeah. All right, let's add those, and I'm going to have to cut them off because they are too long. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give a reasonable place for it to get chopped off to put it on there. Now, if you wanted to do cutoffs, fussy cuts, that would work. These are just nice and easy. All right, I think, let's see if I can get rid of that. Will that fit? That'll fit. Boy, some of these just peel off so easy. Some of them take forever. Okay. Got a little lump on there, but that'll be okay, I think. Can I add the floral back? Might be able to add it to that one. Let's see. All right, this is going to go right below the tape. Have it tip into the side. There we go. And last but not least, there's a pretty obvious split right there. Burnish that bump in. All right, so those leaves I was talking about, can I put them on here? I don't think so. I think I'll leave it. I'll leave the leaves. Yep, I think I'll leave them. Might actually end up maybe possibly being able to put one in here as like a leaf stamp. I think I will. I like that one there. I do have I have a box of small stamps that I'm going to pull out next, or stickers I'm going to pull out next. I forgot I had these dots too. Yeah, those are cute. All right, save that to add. And I still have the cancellation ones that I can do at some point. Put that on there. Okay, so I have these. I've had these for quite a while. They are just squares I got from Temu. They just had a whole variety of interesting shapes and stuff in there. But there's, I got mushrooms. Mushrooms would be fun. For sure. I like that one. I think I might like this one over here. And I think I like that one up there. Now, if you knew for sure that you were going to split these up into individual tickets or something, and you wanted to make a stamp go this way, you definitely could. But I said if you wanted to keep them together as a cluster, you'd want them to be facing the same direction. But I probably can make a couple going up and down if I find something fun to go. But yeah, these are super easy to make. Now, these are that flower's too springy. And with small stickers, they definitely are easy to make. Now, I do have some stamps too that I was thinking about adding to these. That leaves just a little too big. I want it to fit inside, obviously, the cuts, but also if they can fit inside the coloring, that's a good indication that I like it. And I should have went through these first. I do apologize. I picked those tall ones out before I came back, but kind of forgot to look through these. That's pretty. Oh, I like that butterfly with that color for sure. I might be able to put that leaf on there too. Harvest plums. And the grapes. Okay, I think I maybe have enough. Okay, so I like that butterfly. I think I'm going to put him on the pink, even though he's more yellow. But again, it's kind of to do kind of contrasty. And I do like these on here. And I think I want a couple circles right there. All right. Harvest plums. I am going to put this one sideways. Use that one separately for sure. And let me see if I can put a couple stamps there. All right, I have these two that are a little bit smaller. So let's see if we can get those to go. Probably still add something to that. And that. something tiny to go on there. Okay, now the leaf, these are for the fall, so I don't not mind leaves. Some flowers are fall-like. I think this will fit. Yeah, I like that with the stamp in the background. Yeah, that's cute. All right, I want to put something little there, and I did see I don't think so. All right, let's not do those. But I think putting, oops, slippery. Something like that on there. Yeah, that's cute. I can put that in a couple spots because they, like I said, they might not go all in the same place or the same journal. Yeah, those are cute. I like these. These two that I'm pulling from, I don't think I said, are the tidbits. The tiny little things to go with that. And the other one is Curator. So we'll put the Curator ones back, upside down. Some of these I've never even used. I stamped full sheets of them at one point, but this one's cute. Got little dots on it. All right, so the last thing I'll do is I'll throw a couple swirly guys. And of course I probably lost my little swirly guy. Oh, I put him over here. You know, because stamp cancellations. I think that'll work. I like it. Yep, I like it a lot. Yeah, fun. Like I said, now this would be just cute to be able to tear a piece off, add it in, glue them down, do single ones. Each one of those flowers would be really cute for a stamp accent. All of those are really cute. But you make a full sheet, and if you really wanted to keep them, you probably could back this up and make it into a full-blown journal card. And you know, if you kept them all straight and use them as a full sheet stamp. I love it. Okay, well there is a fun project in the books. Like I said, I made these a couple weeks ago and I really wanted to make it again. And I definitely like that version a lot better with the backgrounds. These are a little bit more simple, but I'm wondering if I could go ahead and, whoops. Add some stuff. Yeah, it definitely looks better when you can add a little bit of background to these. Just give it a little bit of texture. For sure. Do the last touch, adding little swoosh stamps. what's a stamp without a cancellation mark, right? Yeah, I love it. Yeah, much better with the extra background. That one came out cool. It's like a little star there. I did stamp him with a couple tidbits. Did his own stamp handle with care, a reserved one. But yeah, cute. I love it. Okay, that is going to be it for me today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, a thumbs up is awesome. And subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when new videos pop up. All right, that's it for me today. Thanks so much for stopping by. And as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.